Welcome back. We're discussing the National ID Day, and at the table with me is Executive Secretary of the NIA, that's the National Identification Authority, is Mr. Wisdom Yayira Deku. He'll answer some of our questions and yours. Good morning to you, Wisdom. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
My first time coming here.
Okay.
Yes, it's my first time. But
okay, what do you think?
My friend was just telling me that here is a TV station at the same time, like a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice to be here.
Yeah, we're 90 years.
Okay, that's great.
So welcome
Thank
to
you
GBC.
very much.
Tell us about this National ID Day. Why is it so important for us to mark a day like that?
Okay, thank you very much. And let me say a good morning to you and to your viewers and to my sector minister, Honorable Muntaka, the deputy and the chief director, the governing board, the staff and management of the authority. The ID Day was established by an ID Africa for Africa, and the main aim is to underscore the importance of having identity for everyone. And when it talks about that, it says about verified proof of identity. Now, the verified here means that not only having the card, but it can be authenticated by the controller. And here, when we talk about the controller, we're talking about the National Identification Authority. Now, the day is set aside, and it's symbolical because the UN Sustainable Development Goal, that is 16.9, talks about having an legal identity for every Ghanaian by 2030. So it talks about having legal identity for individuals and also birth registration. So that's the main reason that we are doing this, and we want world recognition so that we can set aside a day, because by 2030, every individual should be able to have a card by itself. Yes.
That's the Ghana card.
Get the Ghana card.
What's the importance of having an identity? What does having an identity do for a person?
Okay, so in order to access services, you know, in 2012, government passed the LI 211 that makes the Ghana card mandatory for any transaction that requires identification. So it talks about passports, it talks about voters registration, it talks about birth registration and all sorts of things. So having the Ghana card is access to services and be able to know that who you are. The aim is not to make anybody invisible in this country. So from 0 to upwards, everybody should be able to have access to Ghana card and able to. So now if you don't have a Ghana card, you can't access banking services. So we started with the registration from 15 years and above. That was when we started. And later last year, we started like 6 to 14. We did the registration, but unfortunately, we couldn't print the cards. The cards have now been printed and sent to all the districts. Now, 0 to 5 years was also to be registered. So what it means is that as soon as a child is born, an ID number is issued to the child, which is tied to the mother's registration, so that when the child gets to 5 years, the child can go and register for the Ghana card. But unfortunately, it suffered some small technical issues. So now that they are working on it, when I assumed office, what I did was to set up a technical committee. So that what will happen is that they are to relook into the whole system again and see how we can work out and be able to issue identity numbers to all child. So in whole, what we want to do is that we don't want anybody to be invisible in this country.
Okay. I'll get into the details of that breakdown, 0 to 5, 6 to 14, 15 and upwards. But this Ghana card, does it mean that we don't need all those other modes of identification anymore? You've talked about the birth certificates. If you're registering 0 to 5s, do we no longer need to register children at birth? If you're talking getting, you know, your driver's license, DVLA, there is a national DVLA identification card that's in circulation, passport, perhaps for international travel and all that. But don't we need these identification
the government through the Ghana
cards anymore?
Okay, so we did it. What happens is that, as I stated, the LI 211 that was passed in 2012 was to make the Ghana card the mandatory card for any transaction that will require identification. So for now, if you're going to do your driver's license, you need your Ghana card as a primary source. So what they do is that they enter your PIN number, then based on the data set agreed with them, then they fetch the database from NIA and put it into the Ghana, the DVLA system. What that means is that they don't need to enter your name again and everything. Everything is pushed from NIA into their system, and here they will go. Now, when you talk about, let's say, the passport, It's the same thing. Now, lucky, the passport is now using a chip-embedded passport. What that means is that what we are doing in collaboration with the passport is that at the point of registration for your passport, you need your Ghana card. Now, it pulls your data from NIA and pushes it to the passport. Now, passport then receives your Ghana card number and the expiry date. Passport also now pushes your your passport number to NIA. Once you push it, at any point that you use your Ghana card, we know your passport. At any point you use your passport, we know your Ghana card. So all those cards are significant. But what is important is that the NIA card is the source of truth for all of them. You need them before you get access to all these things. So that's why I stated that if you don't have the Ghana card, now it means that you are like invisible in the country. So we are doing much more to make sure that everybody at least have the Ghana card.
Okay. 30+ million Ghanaians. How many people have Ghana cards now?
Okay, so from the adult population, we've registered close to about 90 million people. The 6 to 14, it was estimated to get about 6.3 million. So far, we've registered close to about 450,000. As I said, it suffers some small technical...
6.3 million?
Yes, 6.3 million.
Have Ghana cards in hand?
No, I'm talking about the 6 to 14 years.
Okay.
We've registered about 345,000, almost close to 400,000. We are yet to issue the cards, and tomorrow's press conference, I'll announce the date that we will issue those cards to the students. We'll go back to where we registered them and issue the cards to them. From 0 to 5, it suffers a technical issue. So the registration was done, but it was issuing multiple pins to the same person. So we've stopped that one. We want to do it all over again.
Okay, so let's start with 0 to 5. What was the challenge? There was issuing multiple pins
to
the same baby or the same child?
Same baby.
Okay, so how does it happen? The 0 to 5 registration for the Ghana card, what goes into that?
Okay, so it was launched last year, and that was His Excellency Dr. Bawumia. So what happened was that there was a technical itch that caused it, so it was issuing multiple pins to the same baby.
What I want to understand is, so you've just given birth, or you have a child that is under 5 years old. How does that? Okay,
so the process. Okay, so what will happen is that the mother will need to have her Ghana card. Then once the child is registered, they will enter the mother's details into the system and the child's name.
So you need to go to the NIA office?
No, not the NIA. It will be done at the hospital.
At the hospital?
The hospital. That's where it will be done. Okay. So once they enter your mother's details and everything and the child's name, it will issue a pin and attach to the mother's, so which will be the PIN number and the date of birth of the child throughout his rest of life in the country.
But the baby doesn't get a card printed?
No, it doesn't get a baby because you cannot capture the fingerprints.
Of a baby?
Of a baby.
Okay, so then that's supposed to be the process.
Yes, that's...
But the challenge was that it was issuing pins.
Yes.
To people, and it wasn't supposed to happen. Has that been rectified?
Yeah, it has been rectified. So what the technical committee, we are engaging the Ghana Education Service, the Ministry of Health, Birth and Death, and all of them. We had a first meeting, a meeting, and my deputy is chairing that committee. So we are, hopefully next year, we will kickstart it because we didn't incorporate it into this year's budget. So hopefully next year we will start that one.
Okay, so that was the challenge with the 0 to 5. Now the 6 to 14 years, you said that 6.3 registered?
No, so what happened is that one too was launched last year. Now the registration, I think it was in October last year. The registration started, but it also suffered some technical issues in terms of printing the cards to the child. So it came to a halt. Now, when I assumed office, in collaboration with National Health Insurance, we set up a committee, and we've been able to, with our technical partners, we've been able to print all those cards back again. So now schools have reopened. We're determined to go back to the schools to issue those cards to them. Then right from there, we will start the re-registration again. But in the meantime, if you're a parent and you think your child needs the card urgently, you can walk to any of our 16 registration centers, premium centers, to register for the card.
And that's the problem, because people are asking, if I'm supposed to get the Ghana card for free, why are you introducing a service and calling it a premium service? Because you have to pay for the premium service, don't you?
Yes, you have to pay for the premium service. So that's why we're saying that we are going back to them, the child, after issuing the card.
What's the rate?
3 things.
What's the rate for the premium service?
310
Ghana cedis.
Yes.
For a card that's supposed to be free.
To be free, yes. That's it's an option. If you're a mother and you think you want to have the card urgently, you can go to the premium service. This one is that everywhere. You can choose to wait till we come back to you in maybe next month.
In 6 months?
No, not in 6 months. I can assure you, but because what has happened is that we finished printing the cards. We want to go back to the communities and issue the cards to the child or the children. Then after that, we plan again to how to go back and do the registration for the child. Initially, they were to be issued a 2D barcode. You know, in 2008, when we started in Greater Accra, when we issued cards to people, it was a 2D barcode. We wanted to give the same cards to those under, but in our conversation with NHIS, they said they also needed the smart cards for their child. So that's where there was a shift in policy direction, and we decided to also issue them the same smart card, and it was launched last year. So hopefully we'll be able to issue all those cards. The cards have been procured, about 6.8 million cards has been procured already with the help of National Health Insurance. So the cards are there. It's about we going back to the people to do the registration, and this time we want to get it right so that we can go there, register you, and issue the card to you instantly, and not come back and print it. Because if I come here and register you and go back and print the cards and come back, there's a possibility that I will not come and meet you here again. So that is what we want to do. So
we want to make it instant.
Instant. In fact, it's instant. But as I said, it suffers some technical hitches. That's why they couldn't issue it instant again.
These technical hitches. But let's go back to the charges a little bit.
Yes.
So there's a premium center, and it doesn't just serve the 6 to 14.
Yes.
The premium center serves regular citizens who are above 14 years who want instant services.
Exactly.
But the card is meant to be free. You're saying that for the convenience of having it right there and then, you pay the 310 for the 6 to 14s.
Yes.
What's the justification for that? What does a child 6 to 14 lack in terms of access that the Ghana card will ease?
Okay.
Or will connect?
Okay, so...
For which reason they need to pay 310?
Okay, this one, I need to go back to the genesis why this premium services came about. Initially, premium service was not part of the services that NI was supposed to provide.
Because is it necessary?
Yes.
You're supposed to go register for the card and get it.
Exactly. So it was not supposed to be part of the project revenue model.
You want to make some money?
No, not that. But what happened was that I think around 2023, you remember there was an issue when we were going to do the voters registration, that the government needed to pay some money for our private partners to give us some cards. Now, we got to a point where government was owing. So then NI came out with a policy that cash for card. What it means is that until NI gives money to the private partner, they won't give us the cards. So that came about the premium services. So until recently, what was happening is that the district, all the 297 districts were working, but they were not registering new people because there was no cards. They were only issuing cards for those who have registered already. It was when I came and we talked to them, and this one, let me thank our private partners, IMS too, in negotiation, and they released about 700,000 cards for us to print over 600 backlots of the cards, sent it to all the district centers, and even give them additional blank cards for them to start. So as of now, if you go to any of our district centers, you can be issued cards instantly, free of charge. But if you prefer to go to any of our premium centers, that is up to you.
That's what I don't get, because you have centers that are supposed to issue cards for you instantly.
Yes.
So what do you need the premium centers for then?
The premium centers can do more, unlike the districts.
What
for example, the districts, we have only one registration officer. We have one MRW operator. We have one registration officer. So what that means is that the person cannot do more than 40 in a day. But when you get to the premium centers, we have more staff there. So what it means is that they can do more than 100 in a day. So if you go to a district, I go to Ayawaso, West Wuogon, maybe I've come there, I'm the 50th person. They cannot register me. They will ask me to come the following day. But if I go to any of the premium centers, I can get the registration done. Again, you can sit here now. You can sit here at the comfort of your home or your office and apply for your Ghana card online. That is the register.gov.gh. And that service is only being provided at the premium centers. So it means that you need not to walk to any of the district centers to go and form long queue to do the registration. Just at the home, you can just apply online. You book, you are interviewed online. You make payment online, you book appointment online, a QR code is generated for you. You just walk to the any of the premium centers that you've selected, you book appointment for. You just go there, they scan your QR code, they take your biometric, and they issue your card for you.
So there's
instantly.
an online way of registering for your Ghana card, but you have to pay for it.
Yes, it's the same as the premium. It's a premium service that we are offering.
Why? I want to understand this,
Yeah.
okay? You want to decongest offices as well.
Yes.
We want to move towards more remote ways of doing things.
Exactly.
We want to push this digitalization agenda further than we brought it. AI has made things so much easier.
Yeah.
We are doing most of the work in less time with the help of these AI tools. So if you want to drive towards that way, it seems like you are costing people for
No,
the
not
ease.
that. I think no.
Okay.
The issue here is that if today I walk to a premium center, I'll pay $310. I'll join a queue. Let a registration officer fill the form for me, interview me, and I'll pay the $310 and get my card instantly. For convenience sake, what I'm saying is that you can stay at home, fill the form online, do your interview online, book appointment online. A QR code is generated for you. You walk to the registration center, you pay your $310, the same thing. Walk to the registration center, give your a QR code for you to them, they scan it, and they take your biometric and issue the card instantly. So it's the same amount. Whether you prefer to go there or you prefer to stay at home and do the registration, it's the same amount. You don't pay more for using online than going to the registration center.
Okay, so are there backlogs of people who are yet to receive their cards, and how do they get them?
Okay, so there are backlogs, over, I think, about close to 1 million backlogs. Now, the issue, as I stated, when you go to a registration center and you register the people and go back and print the cards, when
By
you
the
come
time
back,
you
they are no more there. Now, we've done a lot of things in education, social media, and even sent some, there are numbers that they use to register for the Ghana card. We've sent SMS to them to come back for the Ghana card. Some have come for it, some have still not come for it. So we will continue to do the public education to let them go for the card. But to be frank, some of them have already gone to do replacement for those cards again. Now, I've asked the technical team so that we will know the exact number of people who have not
And
yet
reconcile.
and know the people who have not come to pick their card. So a lot of them have come for it. A lot of them have gone to do replacements elsewhere. So that's what we are looking at. Then after that, we can know the exact figure of those who have not come for their
So you're
cards.
sending messages to some people to
Yes.
come for their cards?
Not all of them. All
Everyone.
of them. Everyone.
The
Those who have
numbers
not.
that they use to
yeah,
register.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Some may have stopped using those
Exactly.
numbers because of, SIM card registration.
Yeah.
Maybe they've moved on to other things.
Yeah.
But there will be quite a few of those people who still are waiting and saying that, okay, I've got the message. Now you're here today talking about it. Where do they go?
They should go
pick
to.
up those
They
cards?
should go to. In fact, when we send the SMS, we tell you where you should go and pick your cards. So if you've not gone to pick your card, you can go to where you registered, and your card should be there for them to pick it for you. Or you can call on any of our numbers on our website. They will be able to tell you where the cards are. Then you can go and pick your card.
Okay, so that's for those who are yet to pick up their cards. What's the new registration drive, registration focus? Because we were used to a system that brought registration services at specific periods, and then the offices were opened. What's the next leg of registration for the NIA?
NIA is a PPP arrangement, and per the contract, all operational costs is with government. So we've expanded it. What we're trying to do is that we want to do more with a partnership with a private company. We've sent a proposal to Ministry of Finance waiting for approval.
What more do you want to do?
Okay, what we want to do is, for example, if you're a private company and you have your offices, and we think that offices is suitable for us to come and put our machines there, we'll just move in there, put our machines there, and start the registration for you so that you take an additional money. So that one is called a prestige service that we want to also introduce.
Oh boy,
now,
let me understand this.
Okay, so what we intend to do is that the more offices that NIA opens, the more cost to us and cost to governments.
Right.
You get it? Per the PPP arrangement. Now, what we intend to do is partner with a private company or private companies that are willing to work with NIA. What that means is that if a private company has an office space, then NIA will just come in there, put in our equipment there, and start the registration with you.
And you'll be registering people in that
area. Because, 2028, a lot of your cards are going to expire. because that's about almost 10 years. You know, the card is for 10 years. So we have to create a lot of centers so that people can be able to get the card. I know somebody who says that the district office is next to his house, but he will not go there and join queue to go and do the registration. He prefers to go to a prestige center where you have his privacy and do the registration. It's happening everywhere. It's something that happens internationally. If you go to VFS, UK, they do it. In Ghana here, they do it. If you go there and you don't want to join the queue, you can pay additional fee and go in there and go and have your card. You sit at the comfort, you have some coffee and other things to just wait for you to do the registration. It's something that is done everywhere. It's done everywhere, and that's what we also want to introduce. But that does not stop you from going to any of our district centers to also do the registration. As I said, the district offices, we have only about 5 staffs managing that office. So there will be pressure on them. That's why we are creating additional centers for you to do. Again, with that, you can also go to online to do the registration and go to any of our premium centers. We are doing household registration too. So if, for example, GBC, we say that, okay, our staff, their cards are going to expire. We write to NI. NI, we want you to come and do institutional registration to us. NI will come here at a cost and just do the registration for you.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
That,
but
there's a premium service,
yeah,
and now there's a prestige service. I'm
yeah,
wrapping my head around the premium,
yeah,
and now you've thrown the prestige in there. But if you're supposed to give me a service that I've earned by virtue of being a Ghanaian, and you're saying that, oh, Thelma, your card will expire in 3 years now, because assuming that I got it in 2018, your card will expire in 3 years, and you can always re-register. Don't worry about it. But you know, you can't. You have the option of walking into the office to do it, but you can do premium or you can do prestige.
This is
at an extra cost.
Then
it limits.
This is optional.
It limits the access.
No, it doesn't limit the access, because the district office will still be operating.
That can issue 40 cards a day.
Yes, it still be operating.
So if you're fine to wait.
No,
for the
we intend for now. We have a shortfall for staff about 1,000. And we intend to get clearance from the Ministry of Finance to employ more. Once we get the employment, the district office will still be operating. So let's get this right. The prestige and the premium services is not going to operate in vacuum. It's not going to operate in the absence of the district office. The district offices will still be operating. Go to our centers now. People are at our district, still registration. People are still at our premium centers, still registration. It's option. If you think you have, for example, if you go to the district offices, it's free. If you go to the premium set, it's 310. If you go to the district, how much? No, we have not come out with the cost yet. Okay. Now, if you go to the district to do replacement, it's 125. If you go to the premium, it's 420. So it's optional. If you want to go to the district, go to the district. And this is not something that NIA passed. It's the Fees and Charges Act. And this amount has been there since NIA started, not the current government. It started long ago. So it's something that is optional. Either you go to the district offices or you go to the premium center. DVLA and other institutions are doing the same thing. It's premium, it's option for you to choose. And the same as the household registration. You can decide to sit here and say that GBC, managing director, says that, okay, I don't want my staff to move out to go and do the registration. I want NIA to come to the GBC and do the registration. You pay, we sit down, we do the negotiation.
And then we pay you.
You pay us, then we come and do the registration for you.
We are not paying to be here, so this payment that you're talking about, let's exchange, let's have a gentleman's agreement and say that, well, NI has used our platforms to educate Ghanaians. And now if the good people of the GBC across the region, 16 regions of Ghana need the NIA services, perhaps you can extend the hand.
When we get there, we'll cross it.
I'm sure we will.
Yes.
But so you're saying that this service, because private companies can take advantage, because we want to create jobs as well, right? Yeah. So it's like ECG, like those vendors that sell premium.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly like that. What do you need to have to qualify? Because now I'm sure you're putting the criteria together.
Yes.
And so people need to prep.
Yes,
to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. Yes, exactly. What do they need to do?
Okay, now the proposal is still at the Ministry of Finance. Okay. So we are waiting for the final approval. Once we get it, it's going to be like a small, something like a PPP arrangement. So we are waiting for the Ministry of Finance to give the approval. Once they give the approval, then we can go ahead with it.
Who holds the information if private partners get involved? Because people are very concerned about where their data ends up.
Everything is with NIA. You are secured. NIA, as part of the ID Day, as we are celebrating the ID Day, one of the things that those who have already registered is protection. How is the identity protected? And I can assure everybody that the identity is sitting right at the NIA. I cannot talk more because from a cyber point of view, the more information you give out, the more you expose your system. But I can assure everybody that your data is secure.
Data is protected.
Protected and secured.
How do you guard against ineligible persons who try to get registered?
Okay, so our staff have been trained, and lucky recently, I'm sure you heard about the president of the Bankers Association, where he made a post about certain people who are not Ghanaians able to get their card. The criteria is that if you're Ghanaian and you're going to register, per the Act, you need your birth cert, your passport, or any of your relative, one of your relative. If your relative is not there, then two people need to guarantee for you. Now, what we've realized is that some of our own Ghanaians are aiding and abetting some of these foreigners to do the registration. And don't forget that our mandate is not to only register Ghanaians. We are supposed to register Ghanaians in here and foreigners who are here.
So is that the
non-citizens card?
Yeah.
You see, so for example, a foreigner goes to the registration center. That is the FEMS. He's supposed to pay $120 to access the non-citizens card. But if he goes to the Ghana, if he is able to find his way or her way out and get a citizen's card,
to find
it's free.
Proof of citizenship, then he gets the service
free. So now what we've received is that we are partnering with the banks and other state institutions. If they have any suspect that anybody is not a Ghanaian, because you see, most of our people think that Ghanaian citizens is by the language that you speak or by color. But per the Citizens Act, that is not true. And a citizen of Ghana is by birth of a parent or by before the constitution came into force and other things there. But you see a white man holding the Ghana card and he says, hey, a foreigner is holding the Ghana card. But what is written on it, you've not checked to see whether it's the non-citizen's card or the person has naturalized to get the Ghana card. So we are working on it to see how we can be able to change even at least the color of the color so that it can differentiate between just a physical look. It can differentiate between the citizens one and the non-citizen one, and does not need to physically see the non-citizen written boldly on it. So we are working. Lucky immigration is coming on board, where they will deploy all officers to all the registration centers, and now they have been trained to detect fraud documents, and they will be able to help assist us to do that work.
I'm glad to hear it, because the who is a Ghanaian question becomes even more pressing, especially when our neighbors, I don't want to mention nationalities, our neighbors tell us, and people who live especially on the border, in the border communities say that it's so easy to move in and out, and sometimes the lines are very blurred. So if we have checks and balances in place, then that's good. Have we ironed out the logistical challenges now? Would you say that you're free of the challenges? And if you are not, which ones do remain? And
when you say logistical challenges in terms of? In terms of
the registration process itself, opening or announcing a registration drive again, which would then bring a lot of people in. The equipment that you need to work with in shape. You talked about receiving 700,000 cards to print some 600,000 backlogs. Picking up, making those cards available, the human resources that you need. Is everything in shape?
Yes, for now, I would say everything is in shape. It's just left with our human resource. That is what we are working off with the Minister of Finance to get financial clearance. But in terms of logistics, in terms of the equipment, we are okay with the equipment. In terms of the going back to do a registration drive, the mass registration was to get some bulk data to kickstart the project. Now that we've done, that's why we've established regional and district offices for people to walk in at any time to get you registered. If you want to do an update, replacement, or do a first issuance, you can still go there and do it. So for now, in terms of logistics, what we are appealing, and we've written to the Ministry of Finance to get financial clearance, to be able to employ more people to be at the various centers to do the registration for us.
Now, so very soon we should start hearing an advert or some vacancy being announced?
Hopefully, yes, hopefully. For our district offices.
Okay. what's the special plan for rural communities? And when we talk about these premium and prestige services, it's all well and good for those who can go to those places, but the majority of our people live not near perhaps the premium centers and the prestige centers. What's the plan for them, those who cannot, have
so for example,
this access?
if you go to some of the districts, some of the centers are far, far away from the district centers. So what we intend to do is, in collaboration with some of the MCEs and the DCEs, we partner with them so that some of the rural communities, we can go there and do the registration. As I said, by 2030, nobody should be invisible in this country. We should have the data of everybody so that it will help the government plan. If you go into our system now, I can tell how many people are broadcast journalists, how many people are taxi drivers, teachers, and everywhere, based on where they are, their rural areas, the districts, the regions, and everywhere they are. So we will still have a drive, but it's not going to be mass like what we did in 2018. It's going to be sector-based. So, for example, if a DCE thinks that, or MC, or a regional minister and MP thinks that this particular district, some of their cards have been printed, but they've not been issued out, we can go in there and help them to do the distribution and even register more people, because it is not in our interest not to register Ghanaians. It is in our interest to register everybody, because the more that people use the card, the more that it helps us to have some kind of financial burden goes off us.
Are there reasons to deny certain people a Ghana card?
Reasons. Once a reason is established that you are not a Ghanaian, that one we will deny you the card. So
not being a Ghanaian is a reason?
Is a reason,
to deny you a Ghana card.
Then we will ask you to go and get the foreigner's identity card.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about how that works.
Okay, it's the same process. So we have the FIMS, that is the Foreigners Identity Management. In fact, that was the project that started in 2013 as a pilot to give birth to the expanded scope. That is the current one that we are doing. So what happened is that you go in there with your foreign passport. The first thing you do, you are requested for is your foreign passport, then your address. You go in, just the same process. You pay your $120. The cards are issued instantly to you for you at the same time. So it's the same process.
But this would be for persons who live permanently in Ghana, or just here for a little while?
Okay, so, per the Act, let me go back to the Act, says that, for example, the Act says that SIM card registration, you need your Ghana card to do it. So what we are doing is that if you come into the country, the law says that 90 days, but if you come into the country and you think that you need it to access any services, why not? You can do the foreigners registration. And in fact, the new amendment that we are doing, the 707, which established the authority, and the 750 and the LI 211 has been operating for some time now, and it's time to do some amendments. So as part of the amendment, we are saying that it's going to be as soon as you arrive in the country and you think that you have to access some certain services and you need your Ghana card, why not? You can walk into any of our foreigners desks and do the registration.
Okay, so that service will be made available at the airport in future?
Airports, yes, we will have to think about it. The cost is high, so we will look at the cost-benefit analysis and see how we do it. The passport, I think they tried last year, and the cost was huge. But we will partner with them and see how we can benefit from each other.
If you're issuing cards instantly, and some foreigners need to register in order to, and will you walk us through the services that you will get by just presenting your Ghana card, just so people know how important a document it is. But if you want to access those services and you need to access them as soon as you arrive, it would make...
Yes, I agree totally. I agree with you that at least if you have a desk at the airport, so that as soon as you arrive and you think
immigration, even maybe.
Yes, immigration, we are on the same agent under the Ministry of Interior. So why not? We will look at it and see how possible that can be.
Excellent. So we are talking about services that you can access when you have a Ghana card.
Yes.
Talk us through some of them.
Okay, so the LI 211 clearly states that in any transaction that requires identification, the Ghana card shall be used. And those are passports, SIM card registration, DVLA, purchasing of insurance, land acquisition, and the law even goes further to state that the Executive Secretary or the Minister, through Gazette, can even add more. So Security and Exchange Commission, we've now even added the registration for admission students, so that once you are going to go get admission to school, you will require your Ghana card. So that the moment you get there, it's not now that they have to enter your details all over again. You just get there, they scan they enter your Ghana card number, they do facial recognition. Based on the data sets agreed by both parties, we pull the data into your system. So that this age, often you see people coming in there, I want to change my date of birth, and everything. We want that thing to stop. So once you get there, we have all your data into the system and cut those.
Sorry to say, younger than they are.
When you were born, you didn't know that you want to be younger. So
people change their minds.
Yes,
but
people,
I get the point.
Yeah,
That's just my
yes. So that is it. You have a lot of people coming to there. The last time a child came there, he says that he's going to register. We changed the date of birth. Why? He's gotten a football admission. He wants to go and play outside, so he wants to change his date of birth. We don't do that at NIA.
You can't do football age at NIA.
Yes. And with the introduction of the 0 to 5, once we kickstart it, all those things are going to be a thing of the past.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because the moment you are born, that date of birth is already registered in NIA and birth and death. So there's no way you can change it.
I know people who have like 3 birthdays, but I won't mention any names. just to protect them.
Yeah.
But you're talking about all the services that you have access to when you have the Ghana card. What do the figures tell us on your side? How many Ghanaians, like I said, 30 plus, how many people actually have them? In 3 years, it's going to, for those who have had it since about 2018, it's going to be faded out. Do you have an idea how many in terms of the figures we're looking at? So just talk us through the statistics as they are now, if you can.
As of now, we've registered close to about 90 million. That is 18.9 million people have been registered into the system. And we've been able to distribute close to about close to 18.1 million cards has been issued out.
18.1
million
out of the 18.9.
Yes, those are the people who are yet to be distribute their cards to them. Then we have the foreigners registration. So far, we have about 250,000 people who have been registered into our system. Then Ghanaians living abroad. You know, our mandate is also supposed to register Ghanaians and abroad. Unfortunately, there's been an issue with that one. We are, you know, per the law, it says that we should register the people at the embassies and use the embassy staff. The embassy staff are already overburdened. So they are already doing their work and we want to add additional work to them. So if you checked from our statistics, a whole week they could do only 5 or 6. But as part of the amendment that we are doing, we are changing it to that at the embassies or any other places that is designated by the authority, and use the embassy staff or the authority staff. So once that amendment is done, we can use either the NIA staff or the embassy staff, or use their embassy location or any other location that the board approved. Because, for example, we are currently in Washington and New York. That is where we are operating now. Imagine someone at Minnesota. When you register, you have to drive all the way to the embassy, the center, to just do your registration. But what we want to do is that through a partnership with the embassy, if the Ghanaian community, they are able to mobilize, we can walk in there and do the registration and come back. That would be more realistic than asking everybody to go to the registration centers.
So it's like the corporate drive that you're
exactly,
on. GBC can ask you, come
and do the registration. People. That's what.
So Ghanaian communities can also mobilize and request the NIA to come and register them.
Yes. And theirs, purely they do it also online. So we can say that you are a community. Register online. We do the interview, everything online. Once we are done and we see that everything is okay, we move in there to come and issue premium. The cards for you. This is not premium. This is not premium. This is not premium. This is purely the service that we are running for people there. The online services in Ghana here is the premium, but outside we've not started any premium services.
Discrimination.
No, it's not discrimination. Don't forget that if you do that, it means that Ghanaians, we are paying in cedis, they are paying in dollars. So it's not discrimination. It's the same service that we are running.
Yes, but let everybody pay. So if there's a rate for it, you pay the rate in whatever currency, or change in whatever currency that you are requesting from.
Yes.
So if it's a paid for service, let everybody pay if they are using the same service.
Yes, they will pay. That's what I'm saying. They will pay. It's not free. They will pay.
I mean, I thought I had
No.
Because if Abuja people are getting
No. It's not free for them. For them, first time it's not free. You have to pay. No, it's not free.
But then the ideal thing is first-time registration for Ghanaians for the Ghana card
is free.
Is free.
It's free.
But if you need to make an update, if you need to make a change, then you're charged a fee
exactly.
for the changes that you want to make. Okay, so we're still on the numbers. 18.9 million registered, 18.1 cards issued. About 250,000 foreigners also have the the non-Ghanaian, card. Registration for Ghanaians abroad, challenges?
Yes, challenges. The same challenge that I told you about is about people coming to have to walk all over to the embassy centers to do the registration. And again, the staff that they are using, who are already overburdened with some work. So once the amendment is done, NIA can have their staff in there to help us do the registration.
Okay. Will we ever have just one ID card? Because if you look at my card test right now, I may have the Ghana card, I may have the driver's license. These days, I don't carry the National Health Insurance card anymore because that's been added onto. But I have my passport in there. I have other forms of added. Why?
Okay, so that's a very good question. In 2015, there was a moratorium that was issued by then Prosper Bani, the Chief of Staff, that all government agencies should stop purchasing FSs, that is biometric systems, and fall on the NIA as the source of truth in acquiring in every data that they want to do. That's the data harmonization. Now, the NIA data is a multi-purpose, the card is a multi-purpose card with a 148K storage applets on its storage with 16 applets. Now, it has the profile on it is what we call the e-passport, the e-wallet, and the e-ID.
So e-passport, let's talk e-passport, e-wallet, e-ID.
The e-passport helps you when you are coming from abroad. You should be able to, because we are ICAO compliance, you'll be able to travel to Ghana with your Ghana card.
If you don't have a passport. Or if you misplace
your passport, you can come with your Ghana card.
It's not a visa, though.
It's not a visa. It's not a visa. You know, once we are able to issue, no country issues e-visa now. If it comes into light that NIA we can now, as a country, issue e-visa, you can apply with your Ghana card. Don't forget, I said that the passport now is chip embedded. So at any point in time that you are using your passport, we should know your Ghana card number. And anytime you use your Ghana card, you should be able to know your passport number. Those are the things that we are hoping to achieve by the close of this year with the configuration, working closely with passports. So that is for the e-passport. Now, the e-wallet, that is for you to be able to use your Ghana card to perform transaction. So you can put your money on a Ghana card.
Right now?
Not now. We've not activated it yet. We've not activated. We've only activated the e-passport. The e-wallet and the e-ID has not yet been activated yet. So with the e-wallet, what it means is that once it's activated, it means that you can put money onto your Ghana card and use it to perform transactions.
So it will work like an ATM card?
Like exactly.
So you can walk to
any of the POS and
enter a code and it will dispense money, like a bank account.
Yes. The advantage with the e-wallet is that because the Ghana card is biometric. Now, if you give me your ATM card and I get hold of your PIN, I can walk into any ATM and withdraw money without you knowing. But with the Ghana card, once we activate the e-wallet, because your biometrics are attached to it, any transaction that you perform, you will need to authenticate it, verified first. So either through the facial or biometrics. So the POS that we will even be distributing out, it will come with a biometric fingerprint scanner attached to it so that you can perform any transaction. So when you go to a restaurant and you want to finish eating, instead of asking them what is your Momo number or anything cash, you can just use your Ghana card to pay. And one thing is that the moment we activate the e-wallet, it means that 18.9 million Ghanaians can perform transaction cashless. Yes, it means that they can perform transaction cashless. So GBC, your management can decide that, okay, your 13th month bonus, we'll pay it on your Ghana card. Or you are not getting that. I'm sure you are getting that. They will say they will pay it on your Ghana card. Or maybe government can come out with a policy. Government can come up with a policy that, okay, now to control the ghost names and everything, we will now pay all government workers on their Ghana card. That is another way. Already, SNET wants to pay. Once we activate it, SNET is willing to pay pensioners on their Ghana card. It helps you, once government decides to, for example, government decides to do that, ghost names, if somebody is being paid Government can decide that NIA, check the activities of this particular card for me. If it's dormant, government can revert the money back to government coffers instead of now pay people into the bank accounts. By that time, somebody has already taken the money and squandered it. You need to go and now chase the person. But with this one,
it's bold.
Yes, yes. So with this one, once that is done, it's something that is bold. I know we're going to have a lot of setbacks.
Because I want to. Is it working elsewhere? Is it something that
yes,
is being done elsewhere?
Estonia is doing it. Emirates ID, they are doing it. They use it to do. In fact, when we wanted to do that, we wanted to partner it with MasterCard. That was far back in 2015. Nigeria, when the person came here, the MasterCard rep, we went to a meeting. After that, he used his Ghana card, his Nigerian ID card to pay. It's possible. And you see, once you do that, this toll that government even want to introduce, reintroduce, yes. Once it's electronic, you pass by. Once you load your Ghana card, once you pass, it's deducted from your accounts. So these are both things, and I know we're going to have a lot of setbacks, but we will go through it.
So National ID Day, what do you want people to know? Any programs that you'll be having?
Yes. So tomorrow we will have a press conference where we will highlight the things that we want to do. We will have a games.
Where is it happening?
At the NI head office. We will have games. We will have the whole idea of the National ID Day is inclusion, where we want everybody to be included. And as I said, the UN SDG 16.9 talks about having legal identity and birth registration by 2030 for all. And that's what we want to achieve. We don't want anybody to be invisible in this country. And we ask everybody that if you think you've not registered, kindly visit any of our district centers or premium centers to get registered. If you think you can afford, why not? You can also apply for our household registration at the comfort of your home, and I will come in there, register for you, and issue your card instantly for you.
Great. I'm glad that all this is happening. Exciting times for you as well. And thank you for the work that you do, you and the team. We'll be sure to follow or any updates on these things that you want to do. In the meantime, we'll look forward to that press conference tomorrow at the NIA office. What time is it happening?
It's happening at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the morning. NIA will be addressing the media, and it's all geared towards ensuring that there is the system, a trusted system of verifying and a foolproof way of, making sure that your identity is firmly established as a Ghanaian. And if you are also a foreigner living in Ghana or transacting any business in Ghana, you also have the opportunity to register as well. And our good friends at the NIA are the ones who have made this conversation possible. Yara, thank you for making time to join us this morning. Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority has been our guest, and we'll head to them tomorrow and find out what exciting things they have to announce for us in terms of identification in Ghana. So that's all you need to know. ID Day, very important. And hopefully you've learned a thing or two. I certainly have from this conversation. We'll take a break. When we return, the breakfast show continues. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.